HSBC is a multinational bank headquartered in London, United Kingdom. The bank was founded in 1865 and has operations in over 60 countries around the world. HSBC is one of the largest banks in the world by total assets, and it is a major player in the global banking industry. The global banking industry is heavily regulated, with laws and regulations in place to ensure the stability and integrity of the financial system. These regulations are designed to prevent financial crimes such as money laundering, which is the act of disguising the proceeds of illegal activity as legitimate funds. Money laundering can have serious consequences for the global financial system, including undermining the integrity of financial institutions and destabilizing economies. HSBC Holdings' agreement to pay $1.9 billion fine to regulators for serving as a middleman for Mexican drug cartels and enter into a deferred prosecution agreement points to a lack of adequate control processes in compliance and anti-money laundering. Given the bank's size, it appears that it and some of its peers are too big to jail because they are too big to fail. The agreement in 2012 constitutes a warning to the bank to clean up its act and avoids revocation of its charter to operate in the United States. The action was taken by regulators in the belief that a failure of a large financial institution could imperil the world's financial system. The discovery of HSBC's multiple failures to prevent the laundering of illicit funds resulted in the heaviest fines ever imposed on a financial institution in either the United States or Mexico: $1.9 billion and 379 million pesos, about $27.5 million, respectively. Through Mexico's access to public information law, Quinto Elemento Lab obtained the comprehensive files prepared between 2007 and 2012 by the National Banking and Securities Commission, which, across more than 20 volumes and some 10,000 pages, established how HSBC Mexico's top management committed serious mistakes, such as deliberately failing to report suspicious transactions, permitting the exponential growth of bulk dollar shipments on armored trucks bound for the U.S., deliberately delaying the issuance of client reports with unusual and suspicious transactions, maintaining business relationships until the last possible moment with people, businesses, and currency exchange houses used by drug traffickers to acquire aircraft. Why did these transgressions come about? In the case of HSBC, cost-cutting as a part of a wide-ranging restructuring of the bank through selling unprofitable businesses and centralizing its global structure took a toll on the bank's compliance department. HSBC is not alone in its indiscretion. Standard Chartered, ING, Credit Suisse, Royal Bank of Scotland, Lloyds Banking Group, and Barclays, over the past several years, have had to stump up fines for facilitating transactions with rogue nations such as Iran, Libya, Sudan, and Myanmar in violation of the Office of Foreign Asset Control sanctions. In this case, HSBC provided money laundering services of more than $881 million to various drug cartels, including Mexico's Sinaloa cartel and Colombia's Norte del Valle cartel. This included bulk movements of cash from the bank's Mexican unit to the U.S., with little or no oversight of the transactions. It also conducted transactions with Iran, removing references to the country in an effort to conceal them. Lacking in these instances is a corporate culture that prizes integrity. Enabling the business of drug running and state-sponsored terrorism in the pursuit of profit leads to dire societal consequences. Blame may be placed at the foot of the banks and regulators alike. In the former instance, inadequate anti-money laundering controls were principally at fault. In the latter, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency failed to crack down on HSBC's deficient implementation of controls. Indeed, prior to 2010, when the OCC cited the bank for many AML deficiencies, including a huge backlog of unreviewed accounts and failure to file suspicious activity reports, for the previous 6 years the agency failed to take any enforcement action against the bank. Suspect money trails revealed. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents revealed suspect money trails between HSBC's Mexican and United States operations. In a report pursuant to a year-long investigation into the doings at the bank by a Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations, Committee Chair Senator Carl Levin, Democrat, Michigan, proclaimed, HSBC used its U.S. bank as a gateway into the U.S. financial system for some HSBC affiliates around the world to provide U.S. dollar services to clients while playing fast and loose with U.S. banking rules. Due to poor AML controls, HBUS, HSBC's U.S. affiliate, exposed the United States to Mexican drug money, suspicious travelers' checks, bearer share corporations, and rogue jurisdictions. HBUS provides correspondent banking services, such as fund transfers and currency exchanges, which were the source of illicit flows in the face of weak AML controls. These resulted in violations of the Bank Secrecy Act, Trading with the Enemy Act, and other AML statutes. In addition to paying fines, the bank has hired Stuart A. Levy as its chief legal officer to strengthen internal controls, including Know Your Client procedures. HSBC has also clawed back bonuses of certain executives involved in its compliance deficiencies. While a good start, such actions must be underpinned by a culture of transparency. The bottom line: HSBC has been cited in the past and yet committed violations anew. If positive change is to be lasting, also must the culture that fosters it to be ingrained throughout the bank. Speaking of his own bank's need to rectify past misdeeds, UBS chief Sergio Ermotti likened the cultural change to a journey. Just as every journey may have unexpected twists and turns, HSBC's case has illustrated the consequences of a detour. The HSBC money laundering scandal has important lessons for the global banking industry and other businesses. The scandal highlights the importance of compliance with laws and regulations, as well as the importance of ethical business practices and corporate responsibility. Companies that fail to comply with laws and regulations or that engage in unethical or irresponsible business practices risk serious consequences, including financial penalties, legal action, and reputational damage. And it underscores the importance of adhering to ethical and legal standards. In conclusion, the HSBC money laundering scandal was a major financial crisis that had significant consequences for the bank and its stakeholders. The allegations of money laundering and other financial crimes were a major blow to the bank's reputation and financial stability, and the scandal had a lasting impact on the bank's performance and reputation. The HSBC money laundering scandal has important lessons for the global banking industry and other businesses, including the importance of compliance with laws and regulations, ethical business practices, and corporate responsibility. The scandal serves as a cautionary tale for businesses of all kinds, and it underscores the need for companies to adhere to ethical and legal standards in order to protect their reputation and financial stability. That was all from us today, folks. For more similar content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.